All right, so I entered another trade here, okay? Let me talk to you guys why I entered this trade right here. So I entered this trade because this is the neckline that you can clearly see right there, okay? This is a neckline that we're seeing on a possible head and shoulders. We don't know exactly how far down it will go, right? It can go down much further than that. It could be this as a neckline to even down over here, 1421 ranges, right? We don't exactly know, but we're taking it kind of like on the average. Okay, we're kind of taking it where the neckline is showing possible wick regions if we understand candlestick analysis. And right now we're actually bouncing pretty high up here already, okay? So this is a pretty decent trade. Take a look right here, okay? So I'm in a position for a few quick ones right now. So we're in here. That's a really big bounce already. So I'm tempted to actually close my position right now, okay? This is a super quick scalp that I just wanted to make note of wanted to really take advantage of, okay? For super quick scalp. Let's see if we can actually get this position. Oh, no, we didn't quite. I didn't quite get it closed. Actually, it might even still go much higher than that, right? Because now it might make this particular pattern that I was hoping for it to make. Remember, we were talking about it earlier in the last lesson. So this one here is perhaps it'll do something like that, right? Because this is a very bullish type of candle right now. It already poked up to 659. Okay, at 659, I would have actually been in profit by about $170, but it's going much higher than that, it looks like, right? It could go to one of these regions. So 713 is not an unreasonable number for me to be at right now. Okay, this is going to be a very quick scalp. I'm in the 22.5K position roughly. Something like that. Yeah, 22K. Yeah, I don't mind scalping 0.5%. Okay, let's see if this is actually going to hold, right? So this held true right here where it came down at the 0.618 fib region, right? It held very perfectly true. So if you're trying to catch it on the downside where you're going up and you're trying to take a fib, for example, you take fib right here, okay? You're trying to catch it at the golden ratio, like say 618, that'd be a perfect one. But when you're coming down and then you take the fib on the other way, okay? You take the fib on the other way coming down to see where, you know, the first leg up where you can time a short. And that's what you guys saw me do in my last video to make some pretty good profit. Of course, I closed my profit a little bit too early at 664, right? 64 again, right there, 664. I closed it right up there. When in fact, the neckline should have been the target. But right now, what you're seeing is definitely a good price action, okay? Let's see how it looks on the 15-minute chart. So this one here, it seems to be holding like that instead right now, for now, okay? We're just going to assume that it's doing something like that. Okay, so it didn't clearly make that pattern up there. It more so made this one so far. And let's see how this is going to play out because this looks like it's making something like that for now. Okay, this pattern ended up, my dog hears something. Luna's going crazy right now. So do you guys see that? So that actually worked out to be pretty good despite me not holding true to my target. Very good risk to reward. We're now seeing another setup already, and the setup is playing it on this bounce right here, okay? Yeah, this is going to be a good one. So we're trying to see where this is going to level out. Okay, I'm going to draw the neckline for you guys to see in very bright white. Sorry about Luna if you guys hear in the background. So is it like that, right? Is it lower? Is it something like that? But either way, in this particular region, that's where we're gonna find some sort of reaction in the market. Okay, so it already spiked up to 65 in the previous one. On the 1 minute one, it was getting steam. Okay, so it might even go down to about 45. Okay, 45 is not that bad. I'm kind of up right now with my position. It's kind of a really crappy scalp here, but yeah, I'm up 4 cents on each one. That's $60. But I'm not here for $60. I'm here for a little bit more than that. So this could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, perhaps fifth one. But let's say that this one is not the fifth one, okay? So that one was a good wedge that broke, okay? That was a really good wedge that broke. Yeah, just kind of going something like that. Okay, from here, that's the third wave, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it broke to the downside, and it broke to the downside for the head and shoulder right here. Now we're gonna see if it's gonna make a run to the upside somewhere over there. Okay, let's just have a look and be a little patient. I gotta let my dog out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I just let my dog out very quickly. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, if I close my position right now, I'd be up 150 bucks for, like a 2% gain or something. But no, my theory is correct, right? So here's the neckline, guys. So here's the neckline for EOS. Okay, that's the first wave, second, third, or sorry, first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth one, like that. Okay. So this is looking to be holding very true for what we want right now thus far. Got up all the way to 635, and there's a little bit of resistance there, as you guys can see. Some guy decided to tear it down, mostly algos, because it's 1 second apart from each other right now. So it's having a lot of resistance around the 1463 region. Yeah, I'm trying to scalp it, right? So let's take a look on the 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart's kind of my favorite lately. We haven't really had any solid bounces yet, like nothing worth mentioning. So I just don't know exactly where the neckline is, right, and where we're going to play it. I'm playing it to go long, obviously. And my position's at 14,539. 539, okay. That's where my position is. Now we need to know how far down we need to go. So if it's in the blue region right now, perfect. But if it ends up extending to the white region, like this ends up going down there like that, for example, you guys understand me, then yep, then I'm gonna have to ladder accordingly, right? If I'm taking the risk to go long there. So my risk to reward ratio is something like 1 point something, something like that, about 2 to 1 maybe. So it's at 5.9 right now still. It's holding. It's holding for pretty steady. You guys see this right here, okay? It's holding steady. There we go. We just got a good spike. Some guy, he bought a lot. It's the same guy that's buying a lot. These algos are kicking in right now, just seconds after each other. Spiked it up to 14,616 right there, right? Six 614, 612, 607. Come on. Just spike it up a little bit more. Let's see what this is looking on a different time frame. 15? What kind of candle do we have right now? On a 15-minute, we have a series of wicks. Give it that. Complete bounce off of the 55 EMA right there. I didn't catch any at that price. Not even close, obviously. Caught it a little bit higher than that. So this looks like it's going to be a tiny little tick down only. It's going to just glide off of there. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to glide off of here. See how we're ticking up on the histogram already? Might be a positive thing just to make it up to here. That's all that I want. And the 1-minute chart is having trouble even sustaining up there. It looks like it's a bear flag. That's going to break down to over here. Might be a bear flag to break down. Yeah. But it doesn't also look like that. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is the first wave up. Symmetric triangle in a very short time frame that's about to burst upwards. Let's see the price action here on the level 2. Yeah, 604s. So it's having a lot of struggles to go above 14,604, like 60s, and to go below 1460s right now. So we're just taking a look at here, and we just have to be extremely patient while we wait and just try to get a gauge of the market depth and to see who's doing what and who's selling, who's buying. And that's very even, right? Completely even. It's just fighting back and forth right now. Market depth seems to be incredibly neutral right now. So if we break above 1460 ranges, it's going to be a nice little push. specifically around 1464. Okay, 1464 range would be very nice. This one retraced all the way up to 618. So let's say this one retraced to 618. Well, that one would get to about 1477-ish. If I went to 1477 from my position here, that's 25 cents up at each one. That's like 400 something. 25 times 15, 375 up at 77. But I'm more so in the middle. I'm at 713. Okay. Price action is okay right now. Yeah, lots of people are trying to push it up. I don't really see a lot of people wanting to sell it right now. People are thinking this is going to break upwards, just like how they think that like we have to understand everybody thinks something different, right? Like personally myself, I don't care about what happens after this. I'm only playing it one play at a time, right? So other people, they might be much more concerned about what happens in the big picture, like this breaking actually upwards. Personally, me, I only care about the next 20 minutes, what's going to happen, and the rest is all history. So right now, I guess if I were to have to think ahead, I want to close my position up here, and then I want to wait to see what happens at the neckline break, right? Because this is usually what happens at a neckline break. So if I played a bigger position, let's say I played 3,000 EOS, which I could have, like I don't usually play my entire position here. I keep a good amount in my margin. I keep another 4,500 that I can play in there. So there's, a few good amounts for me in case backup. So I'm playing literally only 1/3 of my margin account, or 1/4 of my margin account, which is very small. So despite like the lesson is that like just because you can play a lot more doesn't mean you should, right? I'm already up a decent amount right now. Not happy with this particular gain because this is taking into account fees. So I'm really up only about half to about 0.6% right now. Super tiny. But I do expect to push upwards, okay? I do expect to push up, yeah. So let's say it hits up right up there at my target, like 71, 77. Do you take your profit if you expect it to break upwards, right? Or do you expect it to break down one more, then you buy it for 1% cheaper? Like what do you guys do, right? So there's a lot of things that you have to consider. They got shattered, if you guys notice, okay? Just shattered. So there weren't enough people rushing in to buy at that specific range. So if you guys noticed there, that was very painful to watch, okay? It was extremely painful to watch. Yeah, like they were trying to push above 1462, right around here, 1462 range. And then all of a sudden this guy dumped a massive amount there. He dumped about 8,000, which is a pretty big amount, right? It's like almost 100K. And yeah, he just drove it right back down to the 594. So for day trading, you got to consider, despite the volume right here, despite the volume for EOS, $322 million, right? Like if you're trading, like myself, I'm just a small fish in this. It doesn't even matter. I couldn't even impact the market with 40, 50K positions, or in this case, 20K. But for people who are playing with 100, 200K, right? They definitely have an impact on the market if you're playing like over six figures. So you have to be very conscientious about what's the word, conscious about your position sizing as well, right? Like imagine if you were playing a coin like ETC right now, Ethereum Classic, that's got 5 million. So if I was playing like a $100,000 position, right, it's a really big position for the type of volume that it has. It might have the liquidity, but it's you gotta be very careful about your position sizing as well. Like, so if you're trying to play $200,000 or even $50,000 on a market like ETP Metaverse, who's only doing $200,000 in trading volume a day, right? So clearly, you don't want to be doing something like that. So right now, we're trying to break above the 14,627 range, right? Yes, people are selling below. They're trying to sell to get it below 14.6 again right now. But clearly people are rushing in to defend it, right? So people are buying as well at the 604 range right now. So I think that if we break this barrier right here, the 14,627, that's going to be the one where that allows us to push through. I don't think that this is going to be the bullwhip that's going to hold us up right now. I think this is going to be descending actually. Let's just see. First of all, any decent candles? 15 minutes, still that bullwhip. Really big rejection actually. 64 to 42 there. On the 30-minute, nothing really indicative. 45-minute, nothing too indicative. Yeah, this seems to be the best gauge of it right now, but it does look like it's going to break down, to be honest. After it makes one more bounce up here, I believe it is going to break down. That's my opinion. I think it's going to make one more touch up there, and down we go to, let's see. I don't think 382 is going to hold, to be honest. I think that this mainnet launch here is hyperinflating the price, and it's going to snap back to a reasonable moving average soon and just hover sideways for a bit. Yeah, we hit off the 382, but honestly, I think it's going to go down all the way to even like 1330 if it breaks down. We'll see exactly very, very soon. All right, so we're having a lot of resistance to go down, which is the same thing as saying that we're finding support right now, okay? This is having a lot of trouble right now. Histogram is going to tick up soon. Any major crosses? Oh man, it looks like it's on a nosedive down right now. I'll be back when there's an update. Okay, so here we go. It actually spiked up very heavily right now, as expected. Yeah, so here it is right here, okay? So here's a spike up. Here's the next wall over there that it's got a pretty big wall here. So I don't want to compete with that, right? So I just want to put mine in front of his. Because they'll try to break it, but I don't think it's going to actually get there anymore. I don't know why my view changed bearish all of a sudden. I guess it's because it's been a few minutes in between and I've just been looking at the level 2 order book. So let's just see if this guy can actually push it up there. This is at 64 right now. It was a pretty good wick that went up there to 67 range. Now it's just getting driven back down here. It looked pretty good, that bullwhip, or that attempt to go up. Yeah, it looked great. I just saw it all of a sudden in the corner of my eye. It just spiked up there. Like, oh wow, that looks pretty good. $64. People are still buying. Like, I'm right there. I'm just at 691. Okay. Which is really not that high. This guy bought 1,000. Okay. This guy bought 1,000 right there. Yeah, it's almost closing. Super close to closing. So you guys understand why I went into this trade, right? Once again, because it's at the neckline. Okay. It's at the next line, and we're targeting either a reasonable fib like 3.2 just to be super conservative, or even targeting up there, but I don't see the momentum right now going upwards. I do see that it's trying very hard and it's struggling, but there's always people undercutting, right? Like to me, there's only 3,700, but that 3,700 just to get to me is a lot. So you guys have to understand what these amounts mean, right? This is the total amount for all of these stacks stacked up right here. This is the amount in this particular column only. This guy is kind of blocking the way with 28,000 right here. He's got 24,000, so whatever that amount works out to, 24,000. He's got $370,000 stacked there. So it's a pretty big wall that people are discouraged to purchase up. Okay. Yeah, they're discouraged to purchase it because they don't believe that this $400,000 wall, we'll say, will pass. That's why I'm stacking mine slightly below him over here, but we're having a lot of trouble breaking above the 1660 ranges. Okay, lots of trouble right now. There might just be a bullwhip. Some guy just might be like, all right, like we're buying this up right now, okay, and we're going up on the 3 minute chart. Like we're just about to cross over right here. Okay, yeah, like one tiny little crossover and we'll look pretty good, in my opinion. So I'm being extremely patient right here. Okay, yeah, I'm being very patient. Let's see if I can actually move mine above this guy, because we're starting to see people buy it up now, right? Take a look. See, people are buying it up. They're seeing the frenzy. To see the 684, 685, 687. Oh, people, it's going to spike up right here, okay? Watch, it's going to spike up. Here's a 713. Now people are going to try to break up that right there. There's a really loose spread, so I can go to all the way to 74 right here, actually. Right here. Watch, 73. Watch, as soon as that breaks up, mine's also going to close at the same time. Just watch, okay? So here's 21, because you guys notice there's really nothing all the way up to where I am. Okay, nothing at all up to here. So because people are going to try to shatter this wall together over here, that there's going to be a very good chance that it's going to break to the upside with a lot of force, with a big wick. People are not wanting to sell. They're just testing the waters, right? It's just testing it right now. But yeah, let's see the 3 minute chart. Is this going to be actually enough force at all? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to have enough force. It's lost a little bit of momentum going up there, okay? I saw the weakness. It's because the volume is drying up right here. It went up to 692. That's the most that it went up to right here. It's struggling really hard right now. I don't think it's going to break it, to be honest. That guy's wall is too big and discouraging. Let's see if it's going to break it, though. Like I would have, like it changes very fast, right? The sentiment changes very fast. You guys have to understand that. Okay. 690. Okay, the guy bought above it. This guy bought 1,000. If I close mine at 73, that's gonna be $300 payday. Oh! Oh! Woo! Another $286. That was a good trade. Did you guys see that spike up right there? Yeah, buddy. That's awesome. I'm up $3,600 today. I find opportunities everywhere. This one here was like a 16-minute trade. Yeah, it was good. I entered this trade because of so many different reasons, guys. I'm going to keep you guys up to date later.